This podcast may contain paid advertisements, but more on that later. Welcome to the O'Connor Bootstrap Podcast, your go-to resource for unraveling the intricacies of business and leadership, honing in on the essence of bootstrapping a business from scratch. Whether you're a seasoned entrepreneur, a dedicated bootstrapper, or a leader navigating life's various challenges, this podcast is crafted just for you. I'm Isaiah O'Connor, your friendly neighborhood entrepreneur, and my mission is to guide you towards personal and professional growth. Let's embark on this journey together. Now, with new episodes dropping weekly, I want to welcome you to the Remastered series, your chance to catch up on the journey so far. Here's one from the archives I think you'll enjoy. So today I'm going to talk about the book called 48 Days to the Work You Love by Dan Miller. And it's because I was listening to that book while I was doing prep work, working in a restaurant, that got me launched on my entrepreneurship career. And it helped me get out of that job, out of that cycle. Now you see what I was talking about in the last episode where you need to do some risk management before you just jump off into the void. At least have some plans to mitigate your risks so you're not taking a wild gamble. So you need to be a little bit prepared before you launch out. Now, there is one risk that I would say a very large majority of people don't ever think about or calculate for when they're looking at doing a business. And that is the risk of not taking risks. What do I mean by that? Well, there's something called opportunity cost. This is something we all know intuitively, even if we can't put a name to it. And that is when you do one thing out of a choice of two things, by choosing one thing, you lose the opportunity to do the other thing. Now, I'm sure that was about as clear as mud, so let me give you a better example. Say you have $1,000 saved up. You can take that $1,000 and invest it in a good set of mutual funds or something and grow an investment and make some money off it. Or you can take that same money and go on a really nice cruise. Either way is good, but by investing the money, you lose the opportunity to go on the cruise, and if you go on the cruise, you lose the opportunity to invest the money. This is something that most life decisions are like, and we know this, like I said, intuitively. We just don't usually have a name to it or really think about that in detail. The problem is when we're making big, major, lifelong decisions, we tend to take the path of least resistance because we like to be safe. We like to be risk adverse, take as few chances as possible. This type of behavior can often cause us to become stuck in a rut. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, a good, steady job with a steady paycheck they can plan on is very safe. You go to work, you work your hours, you go home, you get paid, you can plan it, you can take your vacation time when you want to. It's a very steady, nice, safe routine. The only problem is if we do this, where you wake up, go to work, go home, watch YouTube, sleep, repeat, and you do that over and over and over again, and then you get to the weekend, and then you change it up a little bit, and then vacation comes, you change it up, but you get into this routine of the same old every day, nothing changes, and it goes to the point where you become, as they said in The Shawshank Redemption, institutionalized. Here's a quote. "These walls are funny. First you hate them, then you get used to them. Enough time passes, you get so you depend on them. That's institutionalized." That was Morgan Freeman playing the character Red in Shawshank Redemption. Now, they say that opportunity knocks but once. Perhaps this could be true. Now, the problem is, if you're in the mindset that your routine is your safety, anything that threatens your routine is to be feared, and so if opportunity comes knocking, that's going to mess with your routine, and you're going to let it go. Now, the internet is full of missed opportunities. For example, Decca Records. Have you ever heard of them? Most people probably have not heard of Decca Records. They used to be one of the major record labels in Great Britain. Massive. Huge. Now, the reason you probably have not heard of them is pretty good. A band from Liverpool showed up and sent them a record or played again. I'm not sure exactly how, but they had auditioned and they passed up on this band. Now, the members of the band were 4 guys named John, Paul, George, and Ringo. And their band was called The Beatles. Yeah, they refused to sign the Beatles. And the rest, they say, is history. Opportunity came knocking. They decided they didn't want to take the risk on a band from Liverpool. And, well, you don't hear about them now because they're gone. For obvious reasons. So, what is the problem here? Why do you get so afraid to jump out and take the opportunity when it comes? Again, you get so used to your day-in work routine, and the next thing you know, you've been working at the same dead-end job for more than half your life, and you're not going where you're just spinning your wheels. Well, there is good news when you're stuck in a rut, and that is you don't have to stay stuck, and even if opportunity comes knocking, that's fine. That only means opportunity's out looking for you once. That doesn't mean you can't go find where opportunity lives and kick down its front door. Say, hello, opportunity. I'm here now. Let's go. Now, what do you have to do that? Well, first of all, is you have to change your mindset from, oh, gee, I'm completely safe in this job, because what you're missing is you may not be safe in that job. For a few reasons. Even the most safe job in the world you can lose. The company goes bankrupt. Even if they love you, company goes under, you go under with it. Things change, the job could be outsourced, all this other stuff, so it's not as safe in that respect as you might think. And also, you might be missing an opportunity to jump out and do something big and change your life for the better, and you're sitting around in your quote-unquote safe job, too afraid to take that risk that is a much bigger gain than sitting around and working the same job over and over and over again. So you got to break that mindset. Now, once you do, then you're free to go and look at, okay, the risk of me staying in my job is I'm stuck in a rut and I can never get ahead. Or B, I can launch it off and be my own guy, start my own business and change my life. Yeah, it's risky. Got to plan it right. But it's much safer in the long run than staying in the same spot. And back to the beginning, I personally broke free because I was listening to that book I had mentioned before, 48 Days to the Work You Love by Dan Miller. And he explained in that book that if you can find what you can be passionate about and do that, whether it be in a job or as an entrepreneur, that can free you up to be more successful and much more happy with your life in general. And that book really changed my life. Now, I'm going to wrap up with this. You need to get out from those walls that are holding you back, the mental walls. Do whatever it takes, even if it means crawling through a sewer to get out. Just remember to bring some soap to wash up on the other end. And I'll leave off with a quote from the movie where Andy Dufresne is talking to Red in The Shawshank Redemption, and he tells Red, you know, there's a time when you need to either get busy living or get busy dying. That says it all. Goodbye. Until next time, I've been your friendly neighborhood entrepreneur, Isaiah O'Connor. If today's episode added value to your day, we'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop a comment and consider giving us a stellar 5-star rating on your favorite podcast platform. Whether it's Apple Podcast, Spotify, Google Podcast, or more. And remember, if you leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcast, I will personally read it out in the next episode. To support the show, you you can make a one-time gift by buying us a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/bootstrap, donate through PayPal at paypal.me/IOCPOD, or make a contribution on our Patreon page at patreon.com/IOCPOD. Your support keeps the episodes coming. For even more content and exclusive perks, join our Patreon community at patreon.com/IOCPod. Patrons enjoy ad-free episodes, access to our private Discord server, early content previews, and a lot more. And here's an exciting offer. Get your free trial of our $5 a month Bootstrapper Community Explorer tier. This exclusive tier grants you ad-free content, Discord server access, and early content previews. Join us and be part of the inner circle. If you're feeling more generous, those who join tiers $25 a month and up will have a chance to be a featured guest on this podcast. A massive thank you to Wintergatan for generously providing the incredible intro and outro music at no cost. We appreciate their support. Be sure to check out Wintergatan's amazing work on YouTube at youtube.com/@Wintergatan. Until next time, I'm your friendly neighborhood entrepreneur, Isaiah O'Connor, signing off. This is the O'Connor Bootstrap Podcast, brought to you by Athos Business Solutions. For our companion podcast, the Athos Business Podcast, hosted by Jason St. Clair, along with past episodes and related blogs, visit our website at athos.com. That's ATHEOZ.com or theoz.com. Goodbye for now.